Hey folks, it is 7 a.m. or thereabouts, and we are moving. We are leaving Pattaya today. There is our moving truck just arrived. They'll have to load up everything. We've got bikes to load, some furniture, all of our personal goods. So anyway, let's get busy. Let's get to this, and we'll see how long it's going to take. The dreaded moving day has arrived. There's always problems when you move. And this move's been no different. So we had to get the bikes loaded. He had a very steep load angle. I decided against loading the big touring bike, and I'm just gonna ride that down. Luckily, I had a couple friends show up that I didn't even know were coming. And a couple from New Zealand that are here for 3 months. And my other friend here from Rayong. I helped her move about a year ago. So I guess she's returning the favor. That was very nice of her. He's going to drive my truck down. I'll drive the bike. And of course, the movers will be in the big truck. So I think we pretty much got everything loaded at this point. Still some odds and ends, but pretty much it went okay. My glass table, they were real leery about that. So I put that in my truck with some bedding and so forth. So that's on the bottom, big flat piece of glass. I hope that'll be okay. And all the other stuff, they got the sewing machines loaded. We put 3 bikes on it, so we'll see how it goes. So all told, I guess right about an hour to load everything. That's not much time at all. Of course, all the bikes and the personal effects, etc. So I think we did pretty good. Now, the moving truck, it's about a 20-foot bed on this thing. It's a 6-wheel moving truck. That's what they call it. The bikes look like they're in prison. They're saying, hey, somebody's kidnapping us. Where are they taking us? Anyway, they'll have a new home soon enough. They just kind of look like they're incarcerated. But even the pieces of the bamboo hut being loaded, save that for last. And then they will close all this up, shut the gate there, and they will drive that truck down to Rayong. I'll be on the bike, and my friend from New Zealand will drive my truck down. So let's get on down there. It's going to be a little bit of a trip. So the move went about as good as expected, I guess. Couple little hiccups. I guess you get that every time. Big thanks to my friends from New Zealand who helped us. They were with us the whole time, even drove my truck down here so I could ride the bike. We had to take them back to Pattaya afterwards, but we took them back, turned in the keys, one last sweep through the old house, and then back here. It was a long day, but we still got a lot to unpack and set up. We did as much as we could yesterday, but I'd say everything was moved actually by about 11 o'clock in the morning. So we did pretty good for the actual move, just all the unpacking and setup now. But mistakes were made. Last night, after all the dust cleared, we got on the little bike here to run to 7-Eleven around the corner, and it conked out on us. And then I thought back, right before the moving truck came, Lon handed me a bottle of what I thought was gasoline and said, oh, get rid of this. We don't want one less thing to pack. Pour it in one of the bikes. So I poured it in her little scooter, but turns out it wasn't gasoline. It was diesel fuel. I had bought a bottle of diesel fuel for the mosquito fogger thing. And yeah, so diesel fuel went in there. So now I got to drain the tank and fill it back up with unleaded, flush it all out. So anyway, I don't think too much damage. I just started it up for a minute until it conked out. So anyway, we'll take care of that later. Something else, add that to the list of a million things to do. But today, what we have to do is right when you move, whenever you move, you have 24 hours to go report your new address to the Thai Immigration Authority. So there's an immigration office here in Rayong, which I think will be a lot different than the immigration office in Jomtien, which is one of the Chonburi immigration offices. So we'll see. I don't think it'll be too crowded like Jomtien. We'll see. I'm going to go and have to do that. It's the next day. I've got all the paperwork done. It's just to let them know where you're living, your new address, and you have only 24 hours to do that. So basically the day after you move, you have to do it. Anyway, I have all the paperwork done, so we'll go by, we'll find that. It's actually not in Rayong proper, it's in Maptaput. Maptaput is like the industrial city, one up from Rayong, say between Rayong and Banchang, something like that. So when we had gotten back to the old house, after taking our friends back, one of our other friends was here seeing us off, but we went through, and it just, I don't know, happenstance. We opened the door, and there he was, just swirling down the sidewalk there. He disappeared under a crack. But anyway, all's good there. Let's head out and do what we got to do for today. A lot of things to do. About a year ago, we came all the way down to Rayong to eat here. We decided to stop back here on the way to the immigration office. It's the bearded man, the man with the beard, one of the top chefs here in Thailand. The Pat Kapow Moo here, well, he doesn't have the Pat Kapow, I should just say, because it's of many different flavors, is one of the best I've ever had. And the eggs, these like super runny eggs all over top. It's great. A lot of people asked me about this the last time, but it's right here kind of in the heart of Rayong. So, well, now we can be regulars here. So it's pretty close. I think it took us about 10-15 minutes to drive here today. So we're about halfway to the immigration office, which is about a half hour away from home. Anyway, take a quick look at this and then get on the road to there and see what's waiting for us there. So Lon got the crab fried rice, and I ordered, well, they put the wrong plates in front. That's a typical error, but I got the pad kaprao gung, or with shrimp, of course, with the eggs. It's 20 baht extra for the eggs, so about 90 baht for that dish, and I think the water's free, and Lon's was whatever, the whole bill was about 170. So we've still not made it to the immigration office. We made a pit stop here because it was on the way. Another thing you have to do when you move, very similar to what I have to do, Lon has to change her hospital insurance to the local system here in Rayong. I guess that's provincially based. So anyway, she's back there in the Social Security office taking care of that. And then we'll continue down the road and eventually get to immigration. Nice little park they had here at the Social Security office. There's another, I think the Ampere is also here as well. So we've got some government buildings there, easy to find. And the traffic was a far cry from that. What we experienced in Pattaya, going through Rayong, was a breeze. We'll get down the road and find our immigration. There it is, Rayong Immigration. As you can see, there's no big line or queue of people waiting out front, and inside was much the same story. There's probably more employees at the Chonburi one in Jomtien than there is total customers and employees and everything combined here. Across the street, a nice little parking lot, so ample parking there as well. We were in and out in a flash. Back home, we still got a lot of unpacking to do, but I took a break and went out here to the garden. About a week or so ago, on one of our trips, Lon sprouted some banana trees and some papaya trees, and they're doing quite well. They've already got a leaf, so in no time, I guess we'll have a bounty of fruits. So the start of a little garden right there. They're just little guys. Maybe we'll check back in a month or so and see what we have. You know, so I'm waking up here for the second morning in a row now, and one thing that struck me both mornings is I wake up, I walk out onto the porch or the balcony, and there's a couple birds chirping and stuff, but I can hear the roar. It almost sounds like a waterfall, but I can hear the roar of the ocean, of the tide. I guess the tide coming in, I don't know. At nighttime, not so much. During the day, you can't hear it really. But in the morning, early in the morning, it's almost deafening. Anyway, thought I'd walk down here this morning and take a look. So yeah, if anything, it looks like the tide's on its way out. You can see where the tide was up here, where the sand's wet. Bunch of little crab holes and stuff. So I don't know, but it's loud in the morning for some reason, or at least that's when I hear it. Which it's not annoying, it's actually a very peaceful sound. I'm sure now you can hear it in the background as I'm stood right here. But actually, even from my balcony or my deck, that's what I wake up to, which is pretty cool. I had another little realization yesterday. I went to get some fruit. I was coming back with a bag of fruit from the market. And 30 years ago when I used to come here, and some of you may appreciate this, I would be out doing something and I would have this thought come into my head that I've got 12 more days, I've got 10 more days, in 9 more days I got to get on the plane and leave, because I was enjoying myself so much and I didn't want it to end. And it doesn't matter if it's here or anywhere. If you go on vacation, I think that same thought crosses a lot of people's mind as to, well, this is so good, wow, I really hate to get on that plane and go back, and it's only 5 days away or 4 days away, or whatever. And that same kind of feeling crept into my head yesterday on the bike riding back from the market. And I thought, well, there is no days, there is no countdown, there is no timer now. I'm here for as long as I want. So, I don't know, pretty cool. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the episode. Something else next time right here from beautiful Mai Rampung Beach in Rayong. But for this one, gotta leave it off right here.
And as usual, I'll thank you for watching. And until next time, bye for now.